jiraachuu isaa warra beekan warra guddaa turan. Biyya Oromiyaa keessa Affaar fi Somaalee jiraachuu bakka sanaa hin beekan turan bara sana keessatti. Qorannoon sun maal agarsiisaa? Warri biyya Amaaraa fi biyya Tigraay irraa isaan information argatan warra fayyaa eegu qofaarraa otoo hin taane miidiyaa irraa argatan. Televizyinii isaanii, reediyoo isaanii irraa argatan jechuudha. So gaaffii natti ta'e yoo namni dhageenye sila iyyuu tokko jiraachuu isaa hin beekne fala isaa barbaadachuu danda'u. Kanarraa as I said, my interest in this area started somewhere around year 2000 when I came across an article published in combination with was been done by a U.S. institution and the Egyptian Department of Statistics. So what they found is a number lags behind from the Amara and Tigray regions. The report also suggests that the source of information for people from Tigray and Amara region was mostly from media. The Oromo, most of the media in Egypt is very much dominated by Amharic speaking, so the Oromos didn't got that information. In 2010, I went to Oromia, and my village, not far away from my village, anthrax infection killed many fathers. No media coverage. No media coverage. As a result, it was been the infection was went from one region to the other region. So that tells me if the media covered the information, things might be different. So when I'm talking about public health, you see, this morning, the presenter before, they talked about education. Okay? In public health, we talk about social determinant of health. I think it was mixed, but when we talk about social determinant of health, when we talk about education, we are mostly referring to education, but something about media as source of education. So listen to these stories. This story is not I created it, but it is real stories. This was a young girl, 12 years old. She died in Finland. Why did Buntu die? Because she had bad infection in her leg. Why did she have infection? Because she had a cut on her leg that was infected. But why did she have a cut on her leg? Because she was collecting leftover foods in the city jam. And there was some sharp devil still that she fell on. Why was she collecting leftover food from the jam? Because her family is poor and they could not provide her with food. But why they couldn't provide her with food? Because they lost their farmland. Why they lost their farmland? And why? Educated, because the export was in a white language. Because the government does not recognize the Oromos as their citizens, so they didn't allow them to study in Oromo language in the past at least. So this goes on, and so in reality is she died because, as the last sentence shows, why did the Oromo not exercise the right to self-determination? They didn't know it. Most of them, they have no clue if that right exists. Okay, so when we talk about media, we need to always link into the Abyssinian assumption, deep assumption, a racist assumption, if you like. I came across when I conducted research for my PhD thesis, a story written by Asma Georgis. Maybe you heard about him. And the story that, or the discourse, if you like it, that Asma Georgis stated is the origin of Oromos he linked to the Abyssinians. As you can see from the first line, is an Abyssinian lady children to learn. Who are those children? Karayu to learn much alcohol and ayantu. You can see three of them are Oromo women's names, that is men's name, okay, or clan's name. Those children become thieves, outlaws, and robbers, according to him. As mentioned in the it's mentioned against Lalo, and the Lalo and his children ran to Gala forest. And so in the Gala forest, they nourished themselves with cats, jima, coffee, and milk, and they worshipped the devil, and Apu taught these children a new language. So that's where Oromo language is coming. So the Oromo language is coming because they took it from there. That's why they are allowing Oromos to use Oromo language in any other places. Okay, if you are familiar with Uji, 1992, the church were condemning it using Oromo language in church preachings. So my objective is I want to examine the relationship between mass media and public health. When we talk about public health, we emphasize two things. It's a science and art, preventing diseases, prolonging life, promoting health through organized part of society. So remember for me the concept, informed choices. Okay? And in our perspective, when we carefully look into the deep thinking of the Oromos, when they blame each other, for example, Java Vedan Wasi, Java Waranan Ranutisi, Java Kwaran Nubarani, Elisanaгаran Nonbisi, they were talking about public health. That's very much intertwined in Oromo society. Okay, so what is the function of media? I learned from my research, the function of media is one, it informs, second, it educates, third, it promotes, fourth, it entertains, fifth, it molds opinions, sixth, it connects people from our information, sixth, it records events. What does it mean informing? Informing means it provides data. For example, now we have Ebola virus going on in West Oromia and in Western Africa. If that information is delivered to the Oromos in media, people start to think what it is. That also in media we are also we can educate certain things so that people can realize what they are, where they are, what the situation they are in. And promoting is you promote certain things through your media. That changes diseases. So they work together, they support each other. For example, in public health, 12 great public health achievements are safer and healthier food, safer and healthier food. That can be achieved through education, through media. Controlling infectious diseases. That also can be, as this morning, Dr. Neka and others have presented. It can be the tool, okay, to prevent disease, to promote health. I don't know how far I have to go. And you see, when we talk about media, in Western world we talk about media is indoctrinating. Yes, it's true, media can indoctrinate you, and so they can control your mind. The Abyssinians are also intended to control the Oromo mind. That's why they don't want to allow the Oromos to develop their own media. But from public health perspective, when people are informed, they start to face association and what put them at risk. When they start to ask questions, they start to find solutions. When they start to find solutions, it could be so that they are trying to find social solutions, not necessarily medical solutions. That social solution could be political solutions. That's what they want to almost to ask. My argument is here. When media provides data, as you can see from the left slide, when media provides information and data,
you can use this.
Thank you. When media provides us data, okay, if you are a researcher, when you collect information, you are getting data. As you collect information or as you provide information through media, people start to think, start to link information. As you produce as information, now you have information, what's going on. As you start to analyze that information, you start to create knowledge. Okay? You start to analyze again, link the points. Okay? Then you develop into wisdom. What is wisdom? It's a power. So my central argument on this presentation is when the Ethiopian government are denying the Oromos not to develop their own medias, their intention is to incapacitate them because it's due to power. Okay? Educated people, okay, if you have a society or communities who are well educated, they advance health education and health promotion. They shape public health policies. Public health policies in the interest of the need of the communities. They advance social policy initiatives, facilitate community participation. This helps to identify upstream causes. What are the cause or the cause? Do you remember when I was talking about Ubuntu? If you simply see the cause of herpes as infection, you are missing the cause of the cause. Herpes is because of infection, true, but she was not. She died of infection, but the cause of the cause is not infection. It was social policies. So when you are developing society, knowledgeable society, you start to see the upstream cause. Okay? So information helps us to modify our health behaviors. Help to identify risks, opportunities, advance literacy level, increase productivity, improve self-esteem and self-sufficiency. At the end of the day, that improves social capital. Society. Awareness of the risk increases awareness of the risk, services, and a positive social relationship. Interestingly, and positive social relationship is informal people. They can negotiate. They will positively engage in dialogue. That is where media can play a role. It connects people. Okay. When I said media models opinion, if you look into this picture, you see 3 different images. It depends where you focus. Okay. If you focus mostly on this part of the picture, you see beautiful girl. If you focus on this part, you see different woman. What that means is
in Egyptian media, they went almost to focus to see this picture in Abyssinian perspective. If we almost develop our own media, we can make sure that almost see the picture in our own perspective. That makes big differences. Because you see the okay, so three pictures are in one, but it depends which part you focus on to see really what's going on. Focusing on certain issue makes a difference. So Oromo media should focus on Oromo perspective. That makes a big difference in the lives of Oromo people. As I said, media is instrumental to liberate and to colonize mind. Some of you maybe got a chance to read my article, Colonizing of Mind. Colonizing of mind is, the concept of colony is our settlement. Settlement, what type of settlement? It could be physical settlement and settlement of ideas and ideologies. If you accept certain concept as it is, without not questioning it, you are allowing yourself to be colonized. If you have to colonize, you have to make sure that you keep the Oromo perspective in your mind, not somebody's perspective. So the media is struggling, is about controlling the mind. If you are not critical to the information you are getting, the so-called the side, submissive citizens. So the Oromo need to struggle or do whatever they can to make sure that they have free-minded thinkers. Free-minded thinkers are, they know their problem, they can find their own solutions. If they are colonized, they can't see that way. I like that quote that I got from Jomo Kenyatta. He said, when the missionaries arrived, the Africans had the land and the missionaries had the Bible. They taught how to pray with our eyes closed. When we opened them, their eyes, they had the land and we had the Bible. Okay? You have to make sure that, in my view, you have to make sure that we don't have to accept somebody's perspective in trade with anything else. So, conceptually, what I'm working on, I finished with the information. Media provide us information, educates, entertains, marks opinion, provides framework of thinking, and advocates, connects, and records. When I say connect, I mentioned, and I didn't have time maybe to talk about that. When I was just finished my high school, I met somebody from, he is from most likely from Southern Oromia. We met, I was eager to talk to him, and I said, are you an Oromo? And he didn't want to identify himself as an Oromo. He said, I'm a Muslim. I said, at that time, I didn't Muslim Christianity. And now when we start talking, I found out there's some gap. And I want to learn more, but something was missing. So the connection was missing. If we had the media, this connection would be missing because we can get together, we can discuss about the report, about Oromo history. Okay, I know some of us we know something. Given that that's not recorded, most of the information gets lost. So if we have media, these all factors helps us to construct knowledge. It helps us to disseminate information. What does it mean? Okay, in terms of development of public health, it helps us to understand our problem and find working solutions. When I talk that, I don't mean that there are some negative aspects of media. I know in the Western world there are many issues. If you look at skinny this woman, anorexia, when they talk about junk food industry. Okay, so this is also the case. Okay, the evolutionary theories. Now, where are you? Are you here or whatever it is? That's a result of media. Okay, so we need to work to develop our media. Whatever you're going to do, this just like penny. You drop something that moves everything. Thank you.
Dr. Pena Vaigara Tefana, Gabase, Namota Faniki, Pachum, and the Yarasaka of him, Umani Kenya, why the Jarat Urifano, Argachai, Juru, Umani Connect of Lalu, Aka, Alagani, Akomanis with Tuflalu, Barbaru, Tiflala, Jiravane, Raku Saraju, Lale, Wachan, Juru, Yadajufi. Jalkaba matara jalkaba beekuni fi odeeffannoo argachuun fayyaa fooyyessuu danda'a yaada jedhu qaba. Namni ta'an dhiyeessu.
Ulfato Zata, Naukan Chame, Wa Asi Awa Canada Caso, and in Barbado, a promoted Dotimo, Natissimo, a farmer case of Hotel Chumbarbada, a week and art in lay away of the Erate, Hanga. As a Ratina so Barbado, why Avabo Yesu or Animo. Isman enamu kana hojjetani waan inni fayyaarratti fi namummaarratti qabuun isatti dubbachuu barbaada. Duraan dabarsee ani kanaan wal qabachiisuudhaaf waa'ee lafa saamuu irratti dubbachuun barbaada duraan. Sanaanis immoo isa lafa saamuu sanaani abaaboo mijeessuudhaan isaan maalitti wal qabate kana jechuun irra deemee dubbachuu barbaada. Sana booda wanni sadiitu godhame, qorannaa sadiitu godhame. Qorannaa sadan sana keessa maaliif ilaalchisaa akkamitti hojjetame, achiis immoo argannoo maalitti argame, guduunfasaasi suuta jedhee isinitti himuu barbaada. Asi waa'ee lafa saamuu yookaan fudhachuu yookaan qabiin kan jedhan sana namni akka adda addaatti dhimma itti ba'aa jira. Tokko amma fakkeenyaaf salqabarratti World Bank Investment jedhama kamiif oomisheessuu kan jedhamu. Kan biraas immoo lakkii lafa saamuu lafa booji'uu ta'uu danda'a. Darbas immoo hatuus immoo jedhamee waan dhimma fudhatamuu danda'a. Ennaa hiikaa adda addaa qaba jechaadha. Garuu ennaan lafti kun fudhatamu ennamma kaleessallee waa'ee yeroo minilikii yeroo adda addaa irratti kaa'amee ture. Ani kan xiyyeeffadhu yeroo ammaa irratti baay'eesaa. Isuma namni Emile jedhu waggaa lama fuulduraa akeeka sadiin qaba inni saamichi ammaa kan jedhamu. Tokkoffaa yoo akkam xiqqaate hektaara 1,000 ta'uu turre jira jechuudha. Hektaarri tokko namni baay'een hin beektu. Hektaara tokko jechuun asiin achi dhibba asiin as dhibba jechaadha. Sana immoo ennaa godhanii just it is associated with the eviction of poor farmers. Namoota achi gubbaa jiraatan achi hariiruudhaa fi jireenya isaa balleessuudhaan. achi warri immoo lafa kana booji'uusi nama alaatti humna alaatti jechaadha. Kanumaani xiyyeetni sadaffaa immoo waan achi gubbaarraa argamu ilaalchisaa keessumaa immoo waa'ee nyaacha qopheessuudhaan jechuun production supply ta'e iddoo warra biyya dhufee lafa argate sanatti geessudha jechaadha. San example jechuun amma keenyaaf biyya keenya keessatti Saudis, Chinese keessatti food security rakkoodha qabu food security sana iddoo buusuudhaaf biyya isaaniitti kan ergamu jechaadha. Waan biraami. Kan biraa immoo iddoo innaa warri silaa kennan yeroo baay'ee lafa namni irra jirre like empty land or vacant kana dubbatan jirra garuu lafti kennamaa jiru kana miti kana duwwaas miti yookaan immoo namni kan irra jiras miti garuu yeroo baay'ee it is centrally located and easily accessible in terms of transport especially isa wal qabatee jira jechaadha. Kan biraa immoo attamitti karakterize ta'uu danda'a yeroo kolonii durii scramble for Africa jedhamee dubbaa scramble of land kun specific wanni isaanii maayinni durii militariin sun barbaachisu lafa sanatti hin qabatanii jechuudha. Kan biraa amma isa kanarratti kan isin agarsiisu that is hectares per year wanni lafti kenname waggaa waggaadhaani ammam guddachaa akka deeme. Amma waggaa 2000 qabee amma 2010 fi guddinni isaa baay'ee agarsiise. Fakkeenyaaf waggaa 2000 gara miliyoonii tokko gadi waggaatti kan kennamu bara 2010 garuu gara miliyoonii 10 ol waggaatti jecha. Amma biyya Itoophiyaa sana keessatti akkuma Ethiopian government wanni keessa kennutti waggaa 2001tti 3.8 million hectares akka kennamee fi achi keessaa immoo the significant part of it was related to floriculture. Kuni akkuma amma yoo wanni adda addaatu gaggeeffame qorannaa adda addaa gaggeeffame achi keessaa verified kan ta'e lafti 2001tti gara miliyoonii hektaara 34 Afrikaadhaan naa ta'u gara 28 Eeshiyaa walumatti garuu haa ta'u malee iddoo adda addaa biyya adda addaa kalee Afrikaa keessatti keessumaa kan himame gara miliyoonii 227 kan kenname kan akka Oxford 2011 qorannaa godhattee jechaadha. Kan biraa immoo yaada jedhu concept land grabbing kan jedhan deebisees immoo water grab kan jedhamus hin jira. Maaliif tokkoffaa warri achitti large scale mechanization, large scale farming specifically which leads to the depletion of groundwater. Jechuun like this hir'ataa deema jechaadha. Lammatas immoo iddoo adda addaa irratti warri lafa fudhatanii wanni isaanii lakes and rivers kan isaanii fudhachuuf specifically iddoo ijaaratanii waan oomishuudhaaf kan jiran namni access one public access sana deny godhama jechaadha. Kan biraa yoo amma akkanatti land grabs support grabs yoo gara fuulduraaf akkatti bufaate it really compromise the food security, feeding security, and as a whole population ways in life. Wanni tokko ni siyaadachiisu barbaade ganna dubbatanii waan turaate wanti ittillee yoo sookitti namu baate mi'aawu miti amma sakalaan sirba tokkotu jira dhiyoodhum kanatti yaa Oromoo yaa qulqulluu qotadhu malee hin qonna malee lafa hin gurgurru jedhe sirbi tokko tokko laayyootti miti kan kanaan qabatee namni keenya kana ijaarsa baacha amma isa kanarratti aansee what is development of horticulture horticulture production wanni gubbaadha. Oh my goodness. Biyyoota kanatu beekamaadha achi keessaa. Just stressing on Kenya, competing with others. Kan Itoophiyaa as a whole 6 million baay'ee garuu Afrikaa keessatti lammata irratti wanni jedhamaa jira. Floriculturein maal fiduu danda'a? The incidence of cancer, premature births, kan biraas immoo almost warra achi keessatti kanaan dura namoonni dhagaa jiru. Anillee baay'ee jaaniyyaa dubbadhu hundumtuu na dhagaanatti fakkaata wanni nama barbaachifne. Haa ta'u malee biyya adda addaa irratti keessaa Laatiin Ameerikaatti wanni qorannaa baay'ee godhame. Achi keessaa almost 70% of the previous workers, 2/3 of the Colombia workers are affected in terms of impaired divisions and the neurological disease. Kana biyya adda addaatti akkanumatti akkumatti deemaa jira jechaadha. Garuu achi keessatti maayinni qorannaan inni tokkoffaa floriculture'insaa chainiinsaa maal fakkaata kan jedhu assessii gochuudha. Lammaffaa immoo impactiin inni environmentii deemsee irratti qabu kana jechaadha. Inni amma kanaan dura backgroundidha. Waan immoo irratti hojjetame tokkoffaa literature review, sadaffaa qorannaa sadii godhame keessaa yeroo sadii godhame 2009 and 2010 gara dhumaarrattis immoo 2013 qonnaa floriculturii inni gara dhumaa 21 irratti baay'ee isaa concentrated kan godhe naannoo Shaggar reediyeesii 50 irratti xiyyeeffatee jira. Baay'een isaa achi keessaa Sabbata, Hoolota, Bushooftuu fi Zuwaayii yoo ilaalle almost 75% of them concentrated in that area. Ennaa gara biraatiif wanni jennu jechaadha. Totally floriculture in Ethiopia 97% of the total production is in Oromia, with the exception of 3% in Hawassa. Now, floriculture Ethiopia and floriculture Oromia jechaadha. Now, Ethiopia being the second largest after Kenya, Yero 2018 keessatti gara qonnaa 81tu jira. Wanniinsaa lakkoofsisaa is increasing almost by 400% per year. More kind of factors, the motivation for the investors. Tokkoffaa cheap labors, productive results are cheap land or free, a 5-year tax holiday, and duty. As the most, I am not going to tell you, access to transportation is under by ESA, Lava Dandi Makina, and it it is also located on the very fertile land in two population density by it. You can know over that. Lamata isa kana ta'e maal fakkaata wanni nuti isaa keenyinsaa kan jiru. I don't isa akkanatti inni fiduu barbaadu logistic era kan inni jedhu so wanni kooti garuu what does that mean and logistic wanni flow sana naa jedhan. It is the description or management of the flow of material from point of production to the end users, including the flow of information, services, and cash flow. Garuu asirratti xiyyeeffachuun kan namarra jiru with the purpose of conforming to consumers and the environmental requirement. Sana guutuu qaba. Kan hundumaa ennaa kan flow goonu inni kuni as a brief suni guutuu qaba. Suni guutuu qabaachuu baannaan hin ta'u jechaadha. That is when we in any flow wanni ennaa hojjetamu jechaadha. Amma achi gubbaarratti maali? Tokkoffaa chemical supply dhufa. About 120 types of chemicals are supplied at gubbaarratti, and many of these chemicals are forbidden to be used
in the European or in the American continent. And now, Kanaf, keessatti gaaffii ni jira jechaadha. Then sana booda iddoo production point sanarratti maaltu hojjetama? Produce godhaan irrigation, spraying, cutting, sorting waan akkanaatiin irra jireessa achi gubbaarratti okay maasa aannan xalafe. Moodhaan I can stop. Okay. I can. Sana gubbaarratti maaliifan asirratti godhee achirratti deebiin hundumaa kan dhalatu jechaadha. When applying this spray, a nice spray floriculture production gubbaarratti certain work environment prerequisite kan jedhamu jira. Achi gubbaatti fakkeenyaaf wanni maaskii qabaachuu maal addaa qabaachuutu namarra jira. Inni hin godhamu trainingin warra leeree gochuu hin jedhamu. Then what most of about 88% of wanni gara achi wanni tufa achi yoo export godhe deemaa. Wanni isin jiraachaa amma gara labor cheap isa jedhamu gubbaarratti this is average wanni kan itti namatti kennamu jechaadha. Daily namni kan argatu birrii Itoophiyaa maximum gara 16 argata. This is the first part of the study. And where it is about 0.66 US dollars per day, which is less than the extremist poverty level according to the international level. That is the main emphasis you have to take in pocket today. And this is the result of the second step. This not our, just not our, just please. And now is at Lamatarat more 21 farmers are included. And the average is this, okay? And over 75% of the workers are women, and now you kusatanism uji tagalakisu or they are level also healthcare mask suite one nakana injiru. There is only one farm was identified where they have healthcare which is not functioning at all, and some of the symptoms are not a medicine person, I'm an engineer, so but what is actually listed as these symptoms, okay? And this is an example, and I don't have time. Garu asirratti invite these chemicals kills the most important microorganisms in the soil, which can make the soil, ultimately make the soil infertile, unproductive. Kana when we see more can be to each other, don't worry. Now this is my last conclusion at Mubarati. What kanina dijede international ratification itu jira, achirratti working environment jira, suni apply gochuutu jira, nam na mo ibo sare consideration ke gochuutu jira. Tifama guddaa isin gaafadha, we choose the time for
I'm sorry to rush you, so we are out of time. I actually should acknowledge Dr. Asfa for copying his style of stopping time. So they gave us a really wonderful presentations on social and economic factors impacting health in Oromia. I don't need to recap, so this is the panel. Questions, right, Mr. President? 10 minutes. 10 minutes, okay. Gaaffii qabdu, gaaffii yoo qabaatanii daqiiqaa fudhaniif gaaffii isinirraa fudhatu. Gaaffii yoo qabdan ta'e garuu asuma irratti cufu. Gaaffii qabdu, harka keessan baasadhaan nama sadii carraa kenna. Nama sadii tokko, lama, sadii. Achii jalqabnaa qabna.
My question is to Dr. Burman. Ethiopia is the second flower exporter after Kenya. So is the health effect is the same as in Ethiopia or it is controlled in Kenya? So is the environment is affected, workers are affected in Kenya or it is controlled? Is those prohibited fertilizers are taking effect or used in Kenya or only they are used in Ethiopia? Is the flower is in some limited area like it is in Ethiopia, in Kenya, or it is all over Kenya, or it is affecting the tribe or like it's any regional area in Kenya? What the World Health Organization and environmental health protection agencies are working? And they are working in the third world, or there is no study going and reported to them, or they are not acting on these issues? That's my question. Thank you.